Burkina Faso has taken back 70% of its territory, but Western media stay silent. In the heart of West Africa, a quiet revolution is taking place. Burkina Faso, a country long plagued by insecurity, foreign interference, and media misrepresentation, has just achieved something many thought impossible. After years of relentless insurgency and instability, the people of Burkina Faso, led by a new generation of leadership, have taken back control, reclaiming 70% of their territory from militant groups. Yet if you're relying on Western media, you probably haven't heard the full story, or worse, you've been fed a distorted version. What's really happening on the ground? Who's behind this turnaround? And why does the Western narrative still paint a picture of chaos? In this video, we break down the truth Western media won't tell you, from the rise of national sovereignty to the shifting alliances that are changing the face of West Africa. In today's video, we're diving deep into the reality behind Burkina Faso's bold military strategy, the shifting geopolitical alliances, and the quiet war being fought over Africa's narrative. Stay with us. This is a story you're not supposed to hear. The context of Burkina Faso's crisis. Since 2015, Burkina Faso has been the epicenter of armed group violence in the Central Sahel, a region that includes Mali and Niger. Non-state armed groups such as Jama'at Nasr al-Islam wal-Muslimin, JNIM, and the Islamic State in the Greater Sahara, ISGS, have exploited the country's strategic location to expand territorial control and disrupt trade routes. The insurgency has led to devastating consequences. Over 10,000 civilians have been killed since 2019, with 2,550 deaths reported in 2024 alone. Additionally, the conflict has displaced over 2 million people, with 379,307 new internally displaced persons, IDPs, registered in 2024. Though this number reflects a decline from previous years, the crisis has been compounded by political instability. 2 military coups in 2022 brought Captain Ibrahim Traoré to power, who promised to address the insurgency more effectively than his predecessors. In April 2023, Traoré's government declared a general mobilization to recapture territory, creating a legal framework for counterinsurgency operations. This strategy, coupled with increased cooperation with external partners like Russia, has contributed to the reported territorial gains. Territorial recovery, a significant achievement. The draft report from the 2024 Governance Workshop, involving representatives from government, institutions, and civil society, highlights that Burkina Faso has reclaimed 71% of its territory. This progress is attributed to intensified military operations, bolstered by the Volunteers for the Defense of the Homeland, VDP, a civilian auxiliary force supporting the Burkina Faso Armed Forces. The VDP has played a critical role in securing national territory, though their actions have also been linked to human rights abuses, including the targeting of ethnic Fulani communities suspected of collaborating with insurgents. The increase from 69% in 2023 to 71% in 2024 reflects a slow but steady restoration of state authority in areas previously under insurgent control. This achievement is particularly significant given the scale of the challenge. Jihadist groups have besieged dozens of localities, cutting off food and aid supplies, and controlled up to 40% of the country's territory as recently as 2023. The government's efforts have also facilitated the return of approximately 640,000 IDPs to their places of origin in 2024, bringing the total number of returnees to 1 million since March 2023. Factors behind the success. Several factors have contributed to Burkina Faso's territorial recovery. First, the junta's shift in foreign partnerships has been pivotal. After souring relations with France, the former colonial power, Burkina Faso has deepened ties with Russia, which has provided military support, including air assault resources. This realignment has enabled the Burkina Faso military to conduct more effective counterinsurgency operations. Second, the General Mobilization Decree has allowed the government to requisition resources and personnel, enhancing its capacity to confront insurgents. The VDP, despite its controversies, has provided additional manpower to secure rural areas where state presence was previously limited. Third, regional alliances have played a role. In July 2024, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger signed a treaty establishing the Confederation of the Sahel States, a mutual defense pact aimed at countering insurgent threats. This alliance has strengthened coordination among the three countries, which face similar challenges from jihadist groups. Persistent challenges. Despite these gains, Burkina Faso's security situation remains precarious. Islamist armed groups continue to launch deadly attacks, with 1,004 civilians killed in 259 incidents between January and August 2024. High-profile attacks, such as the August 24, 2024, assault by JNIM in Barcelona, which killed at least 133 people, underscore the insurgents' resilience. Blockades on towns like Djibo have restricted humanitarian access, exacerbating food insecurity and affecting 3.8 million people in need of food assistance. Moreover, the junta's counterinsurgency operations have been marred by allegations of human rights abuses. Human Rights Watch, HRW, reported that Burkina Faso forces and the VDP killed at least 1,000 civilians in 2024, including 223 in the villages of Nondine and Soro in February. These massacres, often targeting ethnic Fulanis accused of supporting insurgents, may constitute crimes against humanity. The junta's crackdown on dissent, including the arbitrary arrest and conscription of journalists, activists, and critics, has further complicated the narrative of progress. Why the Western media's silence? The limited Western media coverage of Burkina Faso's territorial recovery stems from several key factors. First, the situation is complex. While the military junta has successfully reclaimed territory from armed groups, this is overshadowed by reports of human rights abuses and political repression. Western outlets like the BBC, Le Monde, and Human Rights Watch have focused on atrocities such as the Nondine and Soro massacres, which have led to the suspension of international media in the country. These negative events often dominate the narrative, pushing the story of military success into the background. Second, Burkina Faso's break from Western allies, particularly France, and growing ties with Russia may be influencing media attention. The junta has expelled French journalists and banned major outlets like France 24, RFI, and TV5 Monde, showing a clear effort to control the narrative. With foreign journalists absent since 2023, Western media have limited access to independent, on-the-ground reporting. Third, Western media often prioritize conflicts with clear relevance to Western interests. While the crisis in Burkina Faso is severe, it competes with high-profile conflicts like those in Ukraine and the Middle East, which tend to receive more global attention due to their geopolitical importance. Lastly, strict media controls have created an information vacuum. The government has suspended 13 international outlets and targeted local journalists, making it difficult to verify facts or report freely. As a result, most available coverage aligns with the government's narrative, further reducing independent reporting from the region. Implications and the way forward. Burkina Faso's territorial recovery is a testament to the junta's determination to restore state control, but it comes at a significant cost. The human rights abuse and erosion of civic space raise questions about the sustainability of these gains. For lasting stability, the government must address the root causes of the insurgency, including poverty, ethnic tensions, and lack of governance in remote areas. Strengthening humanitarian access and supporting the 5.9 million people in need of assistance in 2025 will be critical. The international community, including regional bodies like the Confederation of the Sahel States, should prioritize accountability for abuses while supporting Burkina Faso's efforts to secure its territory. Western media, meanwhile, must strive for balanced reporting, acknowledging both the junta's achievements and its failures to provide a fuller picture of the crisis. Burkina Faso's story is far from over, but what's clear is this: the people are rising. They're pushing back against years of foreign dependency, reclaiming their land and rewriting their future. What Western media often ignores is the spirit of resilience, the grassroots movements, the civilian bravery, and the hunger for self-determination. Don't let one-sided headlines shape your view. The world is changing, and West Africa is taking back the pen to write its own story. If you found this video insightful, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts below, and share it with someone who needs to hear the other side of the story. There's a lot more to uncover, and we'll be right here to break it down.